What's going on, guys? I'm back with another one. And I just watched a movie called John Wick Chapter 4. Starring Keanu Reeves, of course, Donnie Yen, and Bill SKARSGARD. First of all, well, seeing that I just mentioned Bill SKARSGARD, all right, and he's in the movie. It's just he's a bit low key, but he's in that movie. Trust me. I have to talk about the SKARSGARD dynasty. All right, it must be talked about. All right, this huge family, this huge successful family that will not fall. They're almost, as far as members, they're going along with the Wayne family on this one. Okay, all right. Maybe not as funny as the Wayne family, but you know, there's a lot of them. And the first one I have to mention is Bill SKARSGARD himself. This is the most popular one, the one that everybody has their eye on right now. All right, the one that's getting all the attention, and they're all fighting for attention. Trust me, I bet they are. But he's getting it all. He's getting it all. He has the creepy demeanor that gets him a slew of roles constantly. All right, he has that I don't trust this guy kind of mentality. Not mentality, but of aura. There you go. And you just don't know if you want to be around this person or not. And he's been known for roles like that with Pennywise and It. All right. He's been in Atomic Blonde. All right. Deadpool 2, Barbarian. Good movies where he just repeatedly masters this persona. All right. Should he go for other roles that are away from that? Maybe so. And he probably has. It doesn't get the recognition it needs because these roles are the ones that they all love. All right. That's the deal with him. SKARSGARD number 2, Alexander SKARSGARD. All right. This guy right here, he's known for roles like Eric Northman in True Blood, which is one of my favorite characters in the show for HBO right there. One of my favorite characters, all right? Also known for The Northman, okay? He's also known for Godzilla vs. King Kong and Straw Dogs. I don't remember if I've ever seen Straw Dogs. That's a mystery that I'll have to go back and check on right there. Seems like a good movie. Can't remember I actually saw it. All right? But the thing with him, every character he plays, it just has this cockiness about themselves. Especially Eric Northman. All right? He's the main one that just exudes this. And it's cockiness, but at the same time, they're up to no good. They're cool, calm, and collective. They're too cool, calm, and collective about this situation. So something's up. All right. Check on that person. Keep your eye on that guy. All right. So he's kind of like his brother, but not really. All right. And I'm so surprised that his fame didn't blow up way before Bill SKARSGARD. All right. Because he's been in the game a lot longer than Bill. Let's be honest. Okay. And so I do still hope that his fame rises a little bit higher than it has. I mean, he's still not getting the props he deserves, honestly. Our third SKARSGARD to talk about, and the one I probably should have put on number 1, but it is what it is. Stellan Skarsgård. All right, Papa SKARSGARD. This is the one that if it wasn't for him, there would be no SKARSGARD dynasty. Okay, he gave them all a great, bright future. He's the reason for that. That's Daddy. All right, this guy's known for his role as the scientist in Thor movies and Avenger movies and so on and so on. Actually, I don't know what happened to his character. Maybe I do. I just forgot. I don't know, but they just kind of washed his character away, didn't they? But anyways, he's also known for movies like Good Will Hunting. He's known for the Dune remakes. One's already been done, one's in the making. All right, and he's also known for movies like Nymphomaniac. I still need to see that movie. For some reason, I still need to see that movie. Anyways, all right. For me, he's always been in the background. Growing up, I really didn't recognize him as an actor in a lot of movies. And he was in those movies, all right? He's just always been that guy that was in the corner that's like, what if you asked me? And no one asked him, all right? But once he starts talking, he has this incredible just information to tell everybody that you didn't think was going to come from him. He's the weird guy like that in almost the movies I've seen. All right. SKARSGARD number 4. Going on down the line here. All right. Gustav SKARSGARD. All right. This guy, he's been in movies, but you just don't know he has. You haven't realized he's in the movie. Okay. And I think for that reason is most of the movies he's done has been from his country. All right. He's not really prone to doing a lot of American movies or films, I think. And if he has, this has gone completely under the radar. All right. So hopefully one day he'll get more exposure in America. If not, hey, do what you have to do, man. Do what you have to do. SKARSGARD number 5. VALTER SKARSGARD. We're getting a little younger here now. We're getting a little younger. This guy, he's a youngin'. All right. He's a young guy. I think the only name he has under his belt as far as titles is Lord of Chaos. Other movies, once again, from their country. All right. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But Lord of Chaos, I'm surprised I haven't seen that yet. That also has the Culkin brothers in there. It's a movie that's definitely a film I would watch. All right. So I have to get on to that. I have to get to that. I got to catch up. All right. SKARSGARD number 6. Sam SKARSGARD. Now, this SKARSGARD is nothing to scoff at. Okay. This guy is actually a production manager. So he's behind the scenes. You need a SKARSGARD like that. All right. The whole team, the whole family needs this SKARSGARD. He's gonna be the necessity. Is the more he brushes up on his craft and gets stronger on that, he's gonna be like helping them all out. Probably already is. He's known for a movie called The Invisible right now. That's the only one that has a strong title. I haven't seen it. I want to check it out now. I'm curious about that. Okay. But, he's one of those. He's the background SKARSGARD. All right. He's got that covered. My last but not least SKARSGARD, of course, OSSIAN SKARSGARD. Now, we're getting to the little kid category here. These are little pups, man. These are definitely pups. All right. And he's been in some movies, just not, I don't know what the hell those movies are. Okay. And hopefully, as he gets older, his roster of movies will get a little more well known. We'll start to recognize who this is. Of course, I'm sure that's what's going to happen. I'm sure it's going to happen. All right. So watch out for OSSIAN SKARSGARD. Okay. And of course, we have the rest of them that were not mentioned, which is there's a Asia SKARSGARD, which is the daughter. All right. I think she's been in movies too. I'm not quite, educated on what she does. But yeah, she's around. She's around. She might be popping up in things here and there. And then there's the one who's too young to even be in movies. Kolbjorn. Well, you're never too young, right? Right, child stars. All right. But I'm sure in the near future, you'll see him in something. Or he might just become a rapper or something. You never know what this guy's going to do. All right. And my question is, will Bill Skarsgård make the family proud in this role he's playing for John Wick 4? I know I was about to say Kill Bill. John Wick 4. We're about to find out. Let's go. John Wick Chapter 4. For those who don't know, for those who are not aware, Right. Don't play me. Don't do this. Don't do this. If you have no idea what John Wick Chapter 4 is all about, right now, you have a bounty on your head and you're being chased around the city. So, of course, you have no time to look at your phone, TV, anything like that to see what's going on. You have to be distracted. Other than that, don't do this. Don't do this. All right? We're not going to go there. You're getting penalized immediately, strongly. You know who John Wick is. You know he has movies coming out. All right? Don't do that. Don't do that. John Wick Chapter 4. Of course, coming off of John Wick 3, where we almost thought he died again. Okay? All right. He had to go on a run and be missing in action. MIA. Because, he's made so many enemies all the time. All right. And in this one, he's creeping back into the fold. All right. For some reason. Or I don't know. He was trying to stay low. But people up in the big wigs, all the big wigs up in the high ranks, they just couldn't let it go. They just had to know who caused all that crap from part 3. We got to get this guy or find out what's going on with this guy. He's supposed to be dead, but we know something's up. So go get that guy. Go get John Wick. All right, Mr. Dead. All right, and so of course his main dude and all his friends are being pressed to find John Wick upon another assassin friend of his, played by Donnie Yen, who was also told you need to find John Wick. This is your mark. This is going to be your mark right now. John Wick. Okay, go get him. Go get this guy. He didn't seem too happy to do this, but he has to do it now. It's his job. He's going to complete that job. And now John Wick, while in hiding, has to unexpectedly go against the likes of Donnie Yen's character known as Kane. And that's pretty much the premise of this movie. Coming out of the darkness and to another challenge. Positives. Of course. And this goes without saying. Now, I'm going to say before I even go any further, I was already skeptical of watching another John Wick movie. All right. Part 3, I wanted that to be it. You know how I feel about 3s. And so with this, I was like, I don't know. Let's see where this is going. I'm going to give it a chance. So, of course, with part 4, it goes without saying again, which I mentioned again, that the action in this was phenomenal and creative. So creative. They come up with so many ways to just have John Wick interact with his enemies. All right, the fighting scenes, the scenes around them, the areas, the locations they fight in, the styles and the way that he's fighting these characters. All right, the things that happens to John Wick, the way that he defeats some of his enemies is crazy. And then they do a bird eye view at one point. They do a bird eye view of fighting, which I haven't seen action movies really do like that. So that's a new one. That's a new one. It looked kind of like it was in a video game or something. It was people catching on fire. When he kicked them, they would like land into something and they would catch on fire immediately. Like I was playing a video game the whole time. So I enjoyed that. Very exciting. Very exciting. Another positive. Kane stole the show. All right. The new character by Donnie Yen stole the show. He's blind. He's blind. Okay. And he still was doing a better job at fighting than John Wick himself. I'm sorry. Let's put it like this. For the last 2 movies, John Wick has been getting stiffer and stiffer with his fighting choreography, his moves. His fighting style is so stiff. It's bad. I don't know who was worse, him or that guy from Taken. Okay, and he has an excuse. He's a lot older than John Wick. What's going on here? Come on, Keanu. Keanu, man. So you let Donnie Yen, who just came into this franchise, outdo you. It is so many crazy scenes with Donnie Yen where I was like, I can't believe this guy is doing this. I can't believe it's so entertaining, and the moves are so fluid. The moves, they just went. He just went with his moves, man. There was no pausing and stopping and unsure. No, it was so fluid, man. Okay, it's just there's certain parts in here where he uses certain devices. I'm not going to say too much to aid in how he, how he lacks for other things. And that was so cool. That was so cool to see that. All right, so Kane immediately takes the show. I want to see more of that character, whether it's not in a movie like this or whatever. We need to see more Donnie Yen. We know where he's from originally. I want to see more of that. All right. Another positive. My last positive. The final fight was old school. And I put that in quotation marks because what was done for that final showdown was something from history. All right, from back in the day, something that it's so old school you wouldn't think that John Wick would do it. The movie I'm talking about, right? And I liked how that was handled. Not all the way. We'll get into that a little later on, but not too much. But I like that they thought of that, a way to go with the scene. That's the way they wanted to go with it, and they chose it, and they stuck with it. All right, and it's interesting because there's so many options they could have chose for that last fight scene, but they didn't. They didn't. They chose to went with that. They decided to go with that. Okay, and it worked. It worked. It really worked. All right, you'll just have to see the end of this movie to know what I'm talking about fully. Now let's get to those negatives. First negative to start. The action took so long to happen, to actually take place. It took a long time, longer than it should have. All right, I was so restless within those first, I don't know how many minutes of the movie. There was action in the beginning, but not the action I want to see from John Wick. But the whole crowd want to see. People were getting restless behind me. People were breathing and exhaling, and I felt the stress. I felt that stress, man. It was ridiculous. Ridiculously waiting this long for anything to really happen. And that dialogue was so horrible. The dialogue was horrible to go through. When they're not fighting, I don't expect a lot of groundbreaking scenes without fighting from John Wick. But geez, this has to be the worst. This has to be the worst dialogue and plot. Second negative. Once again, he was open to sport. Now, what I mean by that, you remember in part, I think 1 and 2. Might have been 1 and 2. At the end of almost in the movie, or towards the end, or in the middle, a price is put on his head, and now the whole city is hunting. They're doing it again. This is lazy writing. Once again, he has a mark on his head, and now the whole city is after him again. You do this every time. You do this every time. You do the same thing. Stop that. Please think of something else. Think of another way to get to the conclusion of a John Wick movie. That's all I'm asking. Please do that. Can you do that? That's all I ask. If you can do this, that will spark my interest to even want to hang on to your franchise. Okay? Listen to my words. Take my advice, please. Another negative. Certain characters' deaths were taken way too lightly. I'm not going to say anything, of course. I'm not going to mention whose deaths. But when these characters died, there should have been a lot more anger expressed about that. And there wasn't. There wasn't that much anger. It was like they shot a dog or something. And don't get me wrong, a dog's life is important to a lot of pet owners as well. But if you're not the owner of that pet, that's how it was treated. Like it was a stray dog off the street. Okay, so I'm not a fan of how that was handled. That was handled in such a cold manner. And yes, they're assassins, so they're not prone to show a lot of emotion about death. You know, they're definitely not going to get anything out of them at a funeral. So yeah, I understand that, but just no. For who the people that died, no. Let's not do that. My last negative question: does John Wick have mutant abilities? Does he have a healing factor like Wolverine? Because this man gets almost injured to the brink of death every time. He's gone through so many injuries already. He's been shot already to the point where he had to get surgery by a special street surgeon done to him already in one of the movies. And now we're doing some other things again. We're doing some other things to this man's body that shouldn't be done to anybody's body. All right, it's not natural. So I have to give this an I. Yes, an I. That's what it's getting, unfortunately. All right. I believe that either you stop the franchise now, or if you have another way of keep it going, but improve upon it, please. Or just stop it now. You have a choice. Press that like button, subscribe. You better share this.